From the endless steppes I rise, born of wind and fire.
I was born around the year 406 in the vast steppes near the Danube River, in a world of endless horizons and unforgiving winds. My father Munzu was a noble warrior of the Huns, and from the moment I drew my first breath, the spirit of the horse and the arrow coursed through my veins. The Huns were nomads, masters of the saddle, feared across the lands. As an infant, I was wrapped in furs while my mother sang ancient songs of conquest under starlit skies. The tribe saw omens in my birth. I entered life not as a mere boy, but as the seed of an empire that would shake Rome itself. As a young child, I learned the ways of the steppe before I could walk properly. My uncles Oktar and Rugula ruled the Huns, and I grew up in their shadow, watching ambassadors from Rome arrive with gifts and fear in their eyes. I practiced archery from horseback daily, my small hands gripping the bow with determination. The lessons were brutal. We spoke Gothic and Latin, studying diplomacy as much as war. One memory burns brightly. A stormy night when lightning revealed distant Roman forts, and I vowed silently to one day make them tremble. Hunger and struggle forged me. These years planted the seed of ambition that would consume empires. In my adolescence, I honed my skills as a warrior among the Hunnic tribes. Riding at full gallop while shooting arrows backward became second nature. My uncle's campaigns against rebellious tribes showed me the art of leadership. Together with my brother Bleda, we prepared to inherit a growing confederation. I felt the weight of destiny during long rides across the plains, dreaming of uniting the tribes under one iron will. The Roman Empire, divided and weakening, seemed ripe for challenge. These years were marked by restless energy and the fire of youth pushing me toward greatness. When my uncle Rugula died in 434, my brother Bleda and I became joint rulers of the Huns. I was still young but burned with ambition. We expanded our influence, demanding higher tributes from the Eastern Roman Empire. In 445, after a hunting incident, Bleda met his end, and I became sole ruler. I launched devastating campaigns into the Balkans in 440 and 447, sacking cities and defeating Roman armies. My forces moved like lightning on horseback. The title Scourge of God was bestowed upon me by terrified Romans. These were years of relentless conquest, forging alliances, and proving that the Huns were masters of strategy and terror. In my middle years, I turned westward with fury. In 451, I invaded Gaul with 200,000 warriors, clashing with Romans and Visigoths at the Catalaunian Plains. Though the battle was fierce, my name spread terror across Europe. The next year, I marched into Italy, devastating cities and threatening Rome itself. Pope Leo met me and persuaded retreat. I negotiated treaties, extracted immense wealth, and maintained a vast empire stretching from the Baltic to the Caspian. I ruled from wooden palaces on the Hungarian plains, always planning the next strike. These years tested my cunning as a diplomat and my ruthlessness as a conqueror. As I aged, my power reached its zenith, yet cracks appeared. I prepared another assault on the Eastern Empire after they refused tribute. My court was filled with captives, scholars, and warriors from many lands. I valued prophecy and ancient swords as symbols of divine right. Health remained strong, but the burdens of ruling a fragile confederation weighed heavily. I reflected on the steps of my youth while planning new dominions. My reputation as the unstoppable scourge endured. In my later years, around the age of 46, I felt the pull of time yet refused to yield. My empire was a force that had reshaped the ancient world, hastening the decline of Rome. I married again, seeking new alliances. Feasts celebrated victories past and future. My body bore scars from countless battles, my mind sharp with strategies. Though age slowed my rides, my will remained unbreakable. These twilight years were filled with reflection on a life of conquest and the legacy I would leave. In 453, on my wedding night after a great feast, I died in my sleep, blood flowing from my nose. My tomb, filled with treasures, was hidden forever. My sons divided the empire, which soon fragmented. Yet my legacy endures. I, Attila, shook the foundations of Rome, united nomadic tribes into a mighty power, and proved that will and horsemanship could challenge civilizations. I am remembered as the Scourge of God, a symbol of unstoppable force and strategic brilliance. Let my story inspire. Rise from the steppes, forge your destiny, and leave the world forever changed. The Huns' thunder still echoes through history. Join Epic Icon AI to discover more legends who shaped our world.
Just a Hun boy with bow in hand, raised on horse, forged in stone. Wolves howled my name through the night, the steppe whispered my fate. From nothing I came with fire in veins to challenge the empire's great. Attila, Attila, Scourge of God, thunder on the plain. Attila, Attila, breaker of Rome, ruler of endless reign. I rode with the hordes, I shook the world from east to western shore. I took what was mine, I broke their pride, now fear me forevermore. Brother by my side, then alone I stood, sole king of the Hun nation. I demanded gold from Roman kings, brought them to humiliation. Cities burned, empires trembled, my arrows darkened the sky. From the Danube to the Rhine I rode, no army could make me die. I am the storm from the eastern sea, the wolf that leads the pack. My people rode with me as one, no fear, no turning back. I united the tribes under one fist, gave them glory, gave them pride. From humble yurt to golden halls I turned the bloody tide. Gaul I ravaged, Italy I scarred, Catalonian fields ran red. Pope himself kneeled before my blade, begged me to turn my head. Hundreds of thousands followed my call, warriors fierce and true. I gave them victory, I gave them wealth, I gave them purpose new. Attila, Attila, Scourge of God, thunder on the plain. Attila, Attila, King of kings, breaker of every chain. I rose from the dust of the ancient steppe to command the world in fear. My name still echoes through centuries, the legend crystal clear. On my wedding night the blood flowed, my empire split apart. But my spirit rides forever in every warrior's heart. From the steppe I came, to eternity I go, a force that none can tame. Attila, Attila, the Hun who changed the game. Talk, talk, talk. Join Epic Icon AI. More legends wait for you. Subscribe now.